The flagpole antenna has been up and running for a couple of weeks now. I've done some extensive testing of the different bands using the flagpole antenna in its current configuration. And what we're going to do in this video is take and do some comparison between the quarter wave ground mounted and the flagpole antenna. So that's what we're going to do right now. Today I just wanted to play a little bit of an example of how the flagpole antenna operates, and I'll talk a little bit later about how it compares to a quarter wave. But let's listen to this station right here. Stand by. So,
back to you, 625 Hotel Mexico. This is Charlie Echo 2 Alpha Foxtrot, right? Charlie Echo 2 Alpha Foxtrot, 625 Hotel Mexico. It's lead again from one Eco Pay, Robert. Pleasure having you in the lobby.
so what we see here is the flagpole antenna is a DX antenna. What we just heard was a station near Santiago, Chile, and another station in Jamaica. And we're getting them at a good S-unit level. And it's comparable to what you would get with a quarter wave vertical here at my QTH. Actually, it's superior to a quarter wave vertical that's ground mounted here at my QTH. It's almost equal with a half wave that's elevated. So what we see is that for 20 meters, the flagpole antenna is superior to a quarter wave and equal to or better than a half wave. And look, S9 signal level. Let's listen a little bit more.
Take care, my friend, and all the best, my friend. 695 Hotel Mexico, Charlie Echo 2 Alpha Foxtrot, 73 Q, and take care, my friend. Roger, Roger. Rob, the pleasure is mine. Happy to meet you, friend. Looking forward to meet you again many, many more times. You're 5 and 7, 5 and 8 on the beat. 5, 7, 5, 8 in the most bigger page. Best of 73 time.
So what we saw there is a 5.7 from Jamaica to here in the southeast US, and Chile was 5.8. Now let's go to 40 meters and see if there's anything there. So what we do is we go here, we'll go to 40 meters. Let's center this up. We're going to go to AM so we can put a carrier on there. And just so you know, I have turned down the power, so we're doing no more than 10 watts on AM. Now let's tune the radio, tune the antenna and see what we come up with. As you see now, it goes through a tune cycle and it's complete. And we have a SWR of 1 to 1. Now let's listen to what we've got on 40 meters. Let's see what we can find. There's 7,200.
Bill, turn it to me, and then I'll turn it to Captain Mike, to Ken, to Jerry.
So we see that we're getting lots of signals on 40 meters, and we can we know that it works good when it's tuned for 40 meters. So let me talk for a second. I've done some significant testing. I would put it on 10 meters, but 10 meters closed. It's after dark. But what I found out through testing is that on 40 meters, where this antenna is about 8 feet too short to be a quarter wave if it was just a wire antenna, At worst, the worst that you could say it is compared to a quarter wave vertical. So comparing a quarter wave ground mounted vertical to the flagpole antenna, you lose at most a half of a S unit. And I'll say that again, at most you lose half of an S unit. On 20 meters, you gain, I would say 2 to 3 S units over a ground mounted quarter wave, and it's equal to or better than a ground mounted half wave with a tuner on the base. So on 40 meters and 20 meters, we get really good results. Now let's talk about 10 meters for a minute. Let me back up. 15 meters does just as good. 10 meters, you get a little bit of an odd radiation pattern from your antenna, from the flagpole antenna, because it's about a 3/4 wave in height for 10 meters. So you get a radiation pattern that kind of looks like elephant ears if you look at it from a side view. So you get a couple of big lobes, and it works pretty good. I did some extensive testing today. The bands were open to Belgium, and I was getting a 5.8, 5.9 to Belgium. So really, you're limited on 10 meters, just like you are on other bands. You're limited by the propagation at the moment. So I would say on 10 meters, it definitely beats a ground-mounted vertical. Now, at times, I've made a video on this antenna in the past, and you can go back and watch it if you want to, but if you make a T2LT antenna, that's a T2LT, and like I said, I've got a video on the T2LT for 10 meters. If you can get the top of that T2LT to 40 feet off of the ground, then it beats the flagpole on 10 meters. But otherwise, the flagpole on 10 meters outperforms anything else. It's very quiet on 10 meters, the flagpole is. Noise floor is an S0. There's just basically no noise. You can hear the signals out there. It's a very good receive antenna, but sometimes due to the radiation pattern, it may not be the best transmitting antenna, but it beats a ground-mounted vertical and does really good, considering that with the flagpole, you can with the flagpole and the remote tuner, you can have 10 meters to 40 meters on the 24 feet 4-inch pole. So I'm really happy with it. I think I'm going to keep it. I do keep a T2LT for 10 meters tied up to the 12 meter spider beam. And there's times when I'll go out and I'll raise that if I hear a station, particularly if it's as far as the Middle East or South Africa. If I hear a station that far away, what I do is I go out and I raise that antenna, hook it up to the radio, and I can break through the pileups that way. With 100 watts only, I can break through the pileups with a T2LT at 40 feet on 10 meters. So I guess in summary, I would say that the flagpole antenna is working excellent. I'm very happy with it, and I'm going to keep it. So anyway, if you're thinking about making one yourself, I would say go for it. If you have a need where something like that would be a benefit to you, go for it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Just be prepared to put a remote tuner on the base of it, but you can make one yourself for less than half the price of what a retail model costs. So in closing, let's listen to a little bit more of 40 meters. Here we go. Oh, by the way, let me give some examples of the DX contacts that I made on 40 meters. Not today, but 2 nights ago. Many of you may be familiar with the group from Bulgaria and Europe. They get on 7.165 or 7.164, somewhere in that general range, around 10:30 Eastern time. I was able to make contact with 7 people that are part of that group on that night with S8, S9 signal reports on their far end, and I was getting S7, S8 on my end, and the only thing I had to deal with was filtering out the noise. Noise floor is high here at this location, but I was able to copy everything that they said and get a signal report from them and give them their signal report. So anyway, again, let's listen to a little bit more before we close this video. The band's not really open up to get DX contacts yet. See, we're getting S9 right here. So anyway, we'll close this video now. If you like this video, consider sharing it with somebody else. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I think you'll be happy and enjoy some of the videos that we put out here. It's all about benefiting ham radio operators. We share a lot of information. And anyway, until the next video, I think the next one's going to be on finding noise sources. I found something interesting the other day that I want to share. So until next time, 7-3, take it easy, and talk to you later. I'm clear.